In this video, we're going to look at translation of quadratic equation. So when you graph y equals x squared, you will get a parabola. Right? Now, what if you graph y equals negative x squared? So y equals negative x squared. Now what happens? Instead of going up, the parabola goes down. And we call the number in front of x squared a. So when a is positive, you know that the parabola will go up. When a is negative, such as y equals negative x squared, the parabola will go downward. Now let's see what happens when we have y equals quantity x minus 3 squared. Compare these two graphs. What happens? Quantity x minus 3 squared, it moved 3 to the right. You had a horizontal translation. What about if you have y equals quantity, instead of x minus 3, how about x plus 3 squared? In this case, instead of moving to the right, it moved to the left. So as you could see, you could kind of now know what would happen if it was a quantity x minus 4, if it was a quantity x plus 2, you would know that whether it's going to go to the right or left. Now what would happen if this was y equals x squared plus 2? What do you think is going to happen now? Now notice, we had a vertical shift. Everything moved up 2. What if it was y equals x squared minus 3? What do you think is going to happen? Right, everything compared to x squared, everything moved down 3. So depending on what you add, what number you add at the end, now you're going to have a vertical shift. Now, can we have a horizontal and vertical shift at the same time? So for example, let's say you have y equals quantity x plus 2, and then minus 1. What do you think is going to happen? Right. You are going to have a horizontal shift compared to x squared. You're going to move to the left twice, and then it went down. By the way, this point right here, the lowest or the highest point of the parabola, is called the vertex. The vertex moved 2 to the left, it went down 1. And notice the parabola is going up because our a is positive. Now what if you had y equals negative quantity x minus 4, and then square, and then plus 2? What do you think is going to happen? Well, first of all, notice now a, we have to compare, instead of with y equals x squared, we got to compare with y equals negative x squared. So everything is going to go down. The parabola is going to go down. And then you're going to have a horizontal shift of 4 to the right because it's x minus 4. And then everything's going to move up 2. So that's why the parabola will look like this. So based on what we just did, can we sketch this function right here? Yes, this is a parabola that is going to look like x squared, but it's going to have a horizontal shift. is going to move 3 to the right. So here's a vertex, and it's going to open upward. So it will look something like this. It's not the best graph, but you know what I mean. What about this one? Again, this will look similar to y equals x squared, but it's going to have a horizontal and vertical translation. So the vertex is going to be, you're going to move 2 to the left, and now you're going to go down 3. So this is a vertex. You're negative 2, comma, negative 3 with your vertex. And again, the A is positive, positive 1. So it will look something like this, something like that. For this function, this parabola will look like negative x squared. It will look like negative x squared because A is negative 1. The parabola is going to go downward. And you're going to have a horizontal translation going left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go up 1. So your vertex will be negative 5, comma 1. And since A is negative, it's going to go downwards. So it will look something like this.